Welcome back, guys. Super important lesson today, and it is on how to keep someone interested. We're not going to be talking about dating, unfortunately, but it is an important lesson in your life as well as career. How to keep someone interested while they're watching your videos. Basically, I use a lot of these because every time that I upload something, it's for Instagram or Facebook or some ad that I'm doing, and it's so short. I have like 30 seconds to a minute to capture someone's attention, tell them a story, inspire them or move them in some way, and I have to do everything that I can to keep them interested and have them keep watching my video. Otherwise, they would just flip on to something else. So let's jump into it. Okay, so first one we're gonna be talking about is movement. And movement is so important because instead of just having a still frame of something, which is essentially a photo, you can have your movement be dynamic. And how I like to implement movement within my videos is by panning my shots as I'm shooting. What I would do is I would shoot something and I would move my body on the side. Like I would just move on the side. Okay, here we go with a camera body that is probably better for examples. So if I'm shooting and I want to implement some panning, what I would do is just hold it, just hold it. You can do this too, but hold it, just pan across, and just pan across as you're shooting. And if you prefer and have the strap on, which is more stable, you could do something like this. This is a lot more stable than just holding your camera like this, because you got these little micro jitters that you do. Okay, another important one to use are transitions, and especially on a platform like YouTube. Okay, so transitions are so important because it just keeps people thinking, what the hell just happened? Well, that's how I think of it, at least. Because like, imagine you're watching this scene, and then you're just watching it, and then it's like a zoom transition to that next, like, whatever scene that it's leading up to. I think the reason why it's good at capturing attention is because it's movement that people don't expect. It just pops up right at you, and when you see something like that, you're like, whoa, what is that? So you're genuinely shocked. But that's it for transitions. Let's move on to the next thing. Imagine you're just watching a scene of someone's beach trip, or river trip, or lake trip, or something, or mountain trip, whatever trip it is, and it's just these pan shots of the mountains or scenery, and you're just like, all right, great, more scenery. There's not much added value, nothing entertaining behind it, but a narrative, like imagine this, a narrative adds so much to the story, because one, you're curious what this guy is thinking or what this girl is thinking when they're filming it, or what the story they're gonna tell is. And two, just because having narration when it's a boring scene adds so much more life to it.
Hello there, Arnold speaking. Now that I'm talking, doesn't it just seem so much more engaging? It could even be anything.
Okay, that's it for narration, narrating your stories. Put it in your stuff, put it in your vlogs, and we're gonna move on to the next one. Next one is having people, and having people is so important because it adds life to the scene. It shows what's going on, and people are genuinely curious about seeing other people as well. So it's like watching my vlogs, hear me talk, you're like wondering what goes on behind the scenes, what is going on in my mind. And I think that's what it is that people want to relate to other people when they watch films, videos, or any content. So having people, especially beautiful people, helps out a lot with keeping your scenes and videos interesting. And music is the last thing I want to talk about. Music is so important because it sets up the stage. It makes or breaks videos sometimes. Like if you have the wrong music to the wrong video, it's gonna turn out like a mess. When you put the right music to the right scene, it really builds up the scene and makes it so much better. Having a travel video that has music that shows where you're at or has a high tempo to it keeps people interested, because like, hey, if you're in Italy and you're playing Italian music, it's gonna really set up the stage and make it so much more interesting and real. And when it's interesting and real, people watch it. Or if the music is just really good, sometimes you would just watch the whole video because the music's so good, and even though you have mediocre clips, the music's gonna make it so much better. I can show you an example of that right here. Okay, so that concludes how I keep people interested in some of my videos. I hope you found this helpful. Leave a comment of what you thought about it, and maybe share some methods of how you keep people interested whenever you make videos too. So, peace.